Welcome to another video in the Artful Coder series on SSRS. In this video I'm going to show you how to add drop downs to filter your data set. Now there's a couple of steps you have to do. Now what is a drop down? It's a list of items, as you probably know, that you can then use to filter your data. But there's a bit of a caveat with that because it's not what you think in terms of, yes, you could put a list in here directly and do it. You could do parameters, you can do add, and we'll go through that. So what we're going to do to make this simple is we're going to create a new view in SQL. Create view. And I wouldn't recommend this if you have um, lots of rows in the columns. You either warehouse it or add them in via CMS or something. So give it a sensible name. Lookup. We'll call this series title 3 as. And what we're going to do, we're just going to keep the series 3 title because what I've noticed in my data set is this is changing the top 1000 rows. So let's get rid of that. Let's just do that and let's say distinct. That will return the unique values. And we're going to alias it as series title to keep it simple. Okay, do that. And what I always recommend is taking this out because if I don't think you do it very often, you hardly ever do it, but if you want to change your database name, it strictly doesn't need the database name prefix. It does if you're doing cross database queries, but don't worry about that. So let's execute that. And if we go to our view section now, we've got a new view. There you go. So we've got three options there. Trend, annual, seasonally adjusted. So if we borrow this, just copy that for a second, minimize SQL Server Point Studio, we need a new data set. So what we're going to call this is we're going to just borrow this name here. Let's call it lookup series 3 title. Lookup series title. And then you're going to do this, paste that in there, but what you don't want to do is that. There you go. So we've got our new data set. Simple as that. Again, it's trying to put that in there, so we'll take that out. Just leave that in there. Okay, so we've now got a lookup, but because we're going to be using this in this report, we have to add as a shared data set. So if we go to lookup series 3 title, give it that, refresh fields, there. Now, this is just a simple lookup. So let's just show you what happens. We add a parameter and call this series title. No, name. So series title. Don't put any spaces in it. Please select title. Now what you can do here is you can say it's a text, which it is. You can have blank value, null values, or multiple values. So let's do multiple values. And then do available values, get values from a query. Choose your data set, which would only work if it's in here. And we want to see value field, a series title, label field, because you can have a different value to what your title is. You could have a code or an ID, not a problem. Default values, get values from a query. Do series lookup data, series title. Okay. Now, if we just preview that as it is, that's not actually going to do anything, but it will allow you to now choose options. So there you go, correct parameter. But then how do I then say, get this value from here and filter what we've got down here? Well, that's not too bad at all. A couple of steps you have to do. So, go into your machine data set, new parameters, add, at series title, drop down the parameter series title, there. And then you have to repeat the same steps on the master data set as well. So at series title, and it do not default value. Okay. No, hang on. I don't think you need to do that. Let's just go to. I don't think you need to do that. 2 seconds. And then what you should be able to do is say where in, and you could use the one series title and do okay. That's liked it. So, and that is how easy it is. So you don't have to put it on here. Oh, it's done it itself. It will add that in there basically. So don't worry too much about that. Okay. So we're not going to see much here. So let's add that series 3 title in just to show you what it's going to do. Save that, preview. There you go. So if I now unselect that and do trends, click view report, there you go. So that is how you can pass parameters from SSRS, which is a common thing that people want to do with reports. They might want a year in there, they might want certain lookups, everything like that. That is how you simply add parameters to your reports. And it's a very good way, and this is respected on the server when you deploy it. So it will all be there and it'll be all good and stuff like that as well. Again, it allows you to multi-select with the in. There you go. So you got CZ adjusted. If you keep going down, there you go. You can see you got trend there. So that's a simple way to do it. Then you can do linked data set. There's all sorts of things you do. You could have another data set here that when you choose that, you could then do that, which is a lot easier in Power BI. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you've really enjoyed this video and found it very informative. Please keep tuned for more videos. Thank you.